The really annoying thing is that when I went back for the video camera, I got breached. Oh God, no! So, oh well, should hopefully be worth it for this shot. So there should be a prominent hill just there, which is currently shrouded in cloud. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it might be quite a good thing, adding a bit more atmosphere to the scene. So in today's video, I'm going to be shooting with this, my Hasselblad 501 CM square camera. Beautiful camera. Annoyingly, I've got two film backs for it. This one has got Portra 400 loaded, about half a roll. And as you've seen, I've just loaded some Ilford Delta 100. Now it really annoys me that this back is chrome and it doesn't match the body, which is black. But I think we can get over that in this video. Hopefully, anyway. Right, go on. Let's frame up our shot. Oh man, I've made quite an error. You see, this camera has a top-down viewfinder, like a waist level viewfinder. But for this composition, it needs to be as high as I can possibly get. So we're looking down on these waterways, on these salt marshes that lead to the currently non-existent mountain. I do have like a prism viewfinder where you look through it like this. Forgot to bring it. Oh, it's not in my bag. I was sure I packed it, but obviously I didn't. So, yeah. Not really sure what I'm gonna do here. Might have to be a bit of guesswork, but I think as long as we set focus, we should be okay. We'll see what we can do. So I think the composition actually works down at waist level. It seems to look okay. So I was getting a bit ahead of myself when I was thinking I needed to be really high up. We are about good to go for our first image on this roll now. I framed my composition, dropped in a 2-stop soft edge graduated filter just to pull down the sky a little bit, just to add that bit of drama and make sure I capture the details in the clouds. So, without further ado, we will take this shot. Dark slide out, mirror lock up. Haven't got a cable release because with this filter on, I can't get the cable release in. I'm missing a dog leg adapter. So we'll fire the camera with the trigger and be as steady as we can. Here we go. There we go. First shot of this scene. So that was F11 1/60th of a second Ilford Delta 100. Ah man, beautiful scene, storm clouds out to sea, trying to make a composition with these grasses and the coastline. composition, if I'm honest, felt a bit tight, but generally I'm quite happy with this. So yeah, what a pleasant afternoon. Well, it is certainly a chilly start to the morning this morning. Looks like we have completely blue skies. I parked up at the sand dunes where I took that last image. I had a great night's sleep, and I'm excited to actually get down onto the beach now that the tide will have been in and out and washed away all of the footprints. Because it looks like we have completely clear skies, I'm hoping to finish off this roll of Portra 400, which is in this film back. I'm not actually sure what images are on there. It's been in there about 6 months, so when I get it processed, I might throw them up at the end of the video. I don't think it's much. I think it's maybe 1 or 2 shots of some misty trees that I perhaps took last autumn. So yeah, quite some time. Anyway, I'll finish my tea and head down to the beach. Well, it's a beautiful morning this morning. Come up onto the rocks overlooking the beach, not too high above the beach, but got myself quite a very simplistic composition where I'm using the contrast between the wet and dry sand, and then we have the cliffs that kind of just wander off into the distance, and there seems to be a nice little bit of haze and sea mist in the atmosphere. So that's okay. The colours are beautiful. This image is all about the colours. I popped on a polarizer just to try and saturate those colours a little bit more. Right, if you don't mind, I'd just like to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Squarespace. Now, if you don't know who Squarespace are, they're an all-in-one website building platform. So, as a photographer, you're more than likely going to want your own website, so you can, of course, host your work, show off your images, perhaps you want to sell books or sell prints, and you can even build your own community with a members area. Register your own domain, do it all, and get a very clean, professional looking website. And the best thing is, you don't need any web building or coding experience at all, like complete novice, and you can build a beautiful looking website. It's all template driven. But if you get stuck, they've got 24/7 customer support, so you just give them a call and they'll sort it all out. So if you fancy giving that a go, go to squarespace.com/Heaton and you'll get a free trial. And if you like that free trial, use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. Right, I'm gonna get cleaned up and move on and continue this film photography adventure, which I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying. So I've come down to this beautiful estuary and it's low tide. And I love that, especially with this camera, the 1:1 square format. Coming to an estuary or a beach where you have that low tide and that meeting of sandbanks and water, because you can create some really abstract images that just rely on geometry and shapes. And that's what I love. It's cool. That's what I'm doing now. I've put on the 150mm lens, Delta 100, and I'm looking at this scene and it's all about the contrast. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop on a red filter, which should pop the contrast, you know, get rid of any blues in the scene. And then I'm also gonna drop on this grad filter so that I can pull down the sky, because the sky's quite bright and I wanna create as much drama as possible. So yeah, that's it. A fairly simple, minimalist, abstract image. I'll pop these filters on and get a shot before the light changes, because there's a lot of cloud moving in. Well, I'm not sure about that shot, if I'm completely honest with you. I was just out for a walk and really fancied grabbing something. But looking at the sky, I don't like to say this, I really don't, but it could kick off big time at sunset. We are about an hour and 20 minutes from sunset. And, just knocking the tripod. Looks like it could really go off. So what I'm gonna do is actually go back to my van and have some dinner and wait to see if the light happens. Now, unfortunately, my park up, whilst perfect in terms of location, and it's flat, and the view is phenomenal, unfortunately 19 other vans also feel the same way. So it's a busy weekend here on the Isle of Harris. So to get that solitude, you really need to come out of season. This is not out of season. Anyway, back to the mega busy car park and cook some food.
In the morning when I get up, I wish that we could stop and take each day.
Alright, for dinner we are having venison with broccoli, some noodles and some satay sauce, which is basically every little bit of food I've got left. We're cooking it into a meal tonight.
Looking back at me, you're everything I ever.
So I am keeping a very, very close eye on the weather. I've got fantastic views out the front window of the van, the side door of the van. It's just a magical place. So I'll be eating my dinner, and if we start to get signs of that light, that burning sunset that I think might happen, then I'm just a stone's, well, you can see how close I am. I'm right by the estuary here, so I can grab my gear, jump out and see about finding a composition. I can't pre-find a composition because the tide's coming in and it's just constantly changing. So it's very much a case of just go for a quick walk, see what we see. And if the light doesn't happen, then that's fine. I'm just going to chill out on my van, and then we have sunrise tomorrow morning. So fingers crossed.
Every time I look around, I hope
Tell you what, this has turned out well.
you're everything I ever hope to see.
Well, this is just something else. This is just absolutely beautiful. That sky is incredible. It's not photogenic, but it's incredible just to stand here and look at. Yeah, the sky is far too chaotic and messy. So I guess I'll be finishing my rolls of film tomorrow morning. So yeah, we'll see what happens then. But for now, I'm going to go back to the van and just chill out and get a good night's rest for tomorrow. Well, good morning, everybody. Man, it is a beautiful morning. It's blue skies, so the conditions don't really stay good for long. But at the minute, we've got that belt of Venus and the Earth shadow, which is that blue, and then the pink magenta colours, still waters, open space, minimalist compositions. Man, it's fantastic. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling on and take my first shot. Ugh. Which is going to be f11, quarter of a second, no filters, and hopefully we can capture those lovely purples in the sky. Portrait 400, dark slide out, mirror lock up. There we go. Lovely. Ah, man. Feels good. Just feels good to get that first shot. I don't know what it is about shooting a square format, but I always seem to put the horizon bang on the middle, even if there's absolutely nothing in the sky. It just seems to work, whereas if I was shooting like a, I don't know, 3:2 aspect ratio and there was nothing in the sky, I'd probably want to reduce the amount of sky by as much as possible by tilting down. But with a square, I don't know, especially in this sort of empty environment, it just seems to work. I don't know. So that's f11, 15th of a second, with the annoying wind. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have 2 landscape photography books available which help support the channel, so I'll give those a plug. The second one in particular has much more film work in there, so if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link to my website in the description below. But for now, I'm going to pack away, get back to the van, warm up, and yeah, long drive home. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.